So James, lamb is lamb, but it needs to be flavoured. What flavours are we looking for?
We're going to use this water mint that we picked this morning. We're going to use some blossom honey and some white wine vinegar. The white wine vinegar is just to break down the meat, make it even more soft and tender. And then we're just going to cover that over and, well, we'll start it off in the oven by itself for about half an hour, and then we cover it with tin foil for the remaining 12 or so hours, 120 degrees. Let's do the elderflower stuffing. We're just going to pull just the flowers off the end.
So all the flavour of the elderflower is all in the flowers?
Yeah, it's all, essentially, it's all the pollen creates the flavour of the elderflower. Lovely. The onion just gives it a nice depth of flavour. Some sage and some spearmint from the garden here. It's got a real strong flavour to it, so you have to be careful not to overuse it. Some mushrooms. Right, next up we're just going to blitz up some breadcrumbs.
How's that?
Beautiful, that is wonderful, thank you very much. Right, and chuck this butter into the pan. Grate a little bit of lemon zest in, it helps basically bring the flavour out of the elderflower. Just sweat it to get the flavour out of it, and then we'll mix it in with the egg and the breadcrumbs and bake it.
Smell the elderflower coming through now you're cooking it up.
You can see it's just turned its colour a bit.
Smells good.
So what we'll do, thank you, pop it back in here. We're going to mix it in with breadcrumbs that we blitzed up earlier, and an egg just to bind it, and then some of this elderflower cordial. So instead of where you'd usually put water into stuffing, we're going to use the elderflower cordial just to get an extra bit of strength of flavour from it. So we want a really, really soggy mixture, because it dries out a lot when it cooks. You have to be careful it's not too hot when you put the egg in, otherwise the egg cooks immediately. And then in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes.
Well, that looks good.
So what we're going to do now is pull it apart, and we're essentially mashing it together. So all these juices that have come out, it's got a lot of fat in it. We want to put that back into it. So we're going to pull it apart, mush it all up, and then roll it into a ballantine.
Oh, okay.
We'll just put it in the middle of there, spread it out slightly. We want to try and tuck that under there, pull it as tight as possible, and then just roll it.
Is that too thin?
No, that's perfect. After that, we're literally just going to slice it and portion it to go on the plate. One sweet lamb roast.
That looks great.
Look like it'll fill you up with a nice pint of Doom Bar John Smith's.
Yeah, perfect with a pint of ale. Absolutely delicious.